What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. Welcome to this edition of Black Friday. I'm your host, Slash, and with me I got comedian 96, K Money, and Freddie G. Together, we the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe, plus follow us on Twitter, 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, and welcome back to Black Friday. Another great topic again today. So, I want to talk about black excellence and how far we've came since slavery ended back in 1866. Now we, of course, years beyond that, but I think we've done pretty well as far as black excellence. We've conquered almost every sport known to man. You could call it golf, baseball, even football, hockey. We pretty much
we got hockey.
Done some black hockey players.
Yeah, we pretty much all over, you know, in the sports and entertainment world. Of course, movies, actors, everything. Pretty much doctors, lawyers, even president per se. You know, so I think we have been excellent in a lot of different areas in life, you know. Would y'all agree to us being excellent in everything, or some things, or what do you think we are excellent in?
Well, first of all, absolutely. I believe that we're excellent. We put our mind to it. We can conquer almost anything. And I say that because of the way this country was originally designed. It was designed for us to be slaves. Mm-hmm. That's what it was designed for.
Correct.
Right.
And so I think about they just had here recently the first black female pilot to retire from a commercial airline.
Right.
And they started showing older photos of her, right? Where she was a pilot in the Air Force flying these jets.
Right.
And she had an afro. You could tell it was and she's an older lady now, but she retired. But I thought to myself, she must have caught hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the Air Force.
With all these men.
Yeah, being black as a pilot. Not to mention, if you are a pilot, that means that you are an officer.
Right.
So that means that people have to salute you, and you are high ranking over a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And for her to be a black woman pilot, and the first black commercial pilot, that was excellent. That was excellent.
Right.
And also, what made me proud is they took a photo, right, of the black woman. She was looked like she had some dreads. They were all gray, but they showed the next crop of black women pilots. They were young, and they all kind of like, it was a still photo of them jumping in the air.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool because those young ladies were black, young, and man, I was proud to see that.
And they're coming behind her, and she's allowing them to follow and opening the door for so many others. Is what that says.
Yes.
So yes, that is black excellence. A good description of black excellence, and in so many other areas where we've exceeded greatness in, you know, everywhere. We can start with music, even art, even authors, people writing books. You know, black is excellent in a sense. You know, we got some of the best basketball players, best football players.
I give you one even better. We talked about this on another show. We had a actual comedy show for these judges. Remember the 37 judges, the 37 black judges that got voted in? They have a big picture.
Right.
Well, I remember.
We had a comedy show for those. So that, to me, to make it to judge, because you gotta first go to the school. They do a lot of school. Then you gotta go be a lawyer. And then whatever else you gotta do to be a judge, to make it there, you know, and then they were young black
people.
Yeah. So, and for 37, that's a lot. That was a lot.
I mean, it's actually pretty good, you know, because the concept of black excellence challenges negative stereotypes. So we know where we come from, the hood, all the negative stereotypes about black folks. Oh, he ain't gonna be nothing. You know, you hear that a lot. All you do is this. You smoke weed all day. You drink alcohol all day. These are the stereotypes that most cultures believe about us.
Yes.
But where we challenge that and why it's so excellent is because we made it through all of that, even with the situations we grew up in or lived around, or our surroundings were, you know, murders going on around us and all kind of stuff. So we've made it through so much, and black, not only is black excellence, black is strong. One of the strongest cultures I think in the world is the black culture.
I mean, you have to look at everything we had to overcome, and you know, you were mentioning earlier some of the things that we've excelled at. You know, the spectrum now is much broader than it was, you know, when we were younger.
Right.
You know, our childhood, you know, we felt or thought that, you know, either becoming an athlete, famous athlete, or music was our way out. But now you have, like you just mentioned, the 38 judges. You know, we've had a black president now. So the kids nowadays, the options are limitless to what they can achieve and become and excel at. So, you know, yeah, we definitely have as a people, you know, we're good at mastering, you know, that craft and making it our own.
Yep.
And we've even excelled at stuff that I know most of us as black students in school probably never really even liked this course, science. We've excelled even in that.
Yep.
And that's something that I know most black students and people that I went to school with, nobody likes science.
Nah, I ain't like, nope. I just like National Geographic because they, never mind.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was my favorite subject.
Science was. So look, so was Dr. Mae Jameson. That was her favorite thing as a black woman. She excelled in science, you know. First African American, actually.
That's what's up.
I liked science, watching it, but not doing it because I kept burning myself on the bunks.
Well, science, in order to like science, I mean, doctors had to be interested in science due to, you know, surgery and stuff like that, trying to save individuals from blindness. It was a lot of stuff about science was necessary for doctors. So most doctors went through several science classes, learned how to, you know, the only thing they taught us in school was how to dissect the frog. You know, that was surgery,
that was
types of stuff.
Yeah.
So science was something that I know I never really was big on. So, you know, I didn't see myself excelling in as being a doctor or nothing like that. But as you mentioned, the lawyers, you know what I'm saying? That's also giving blacks the opportunity to be in that field, especially if they have children that they can hand this down to.
Anybody that gets out of high school after 18, whatever years it is, from 5 to 18, high school, and willingly go to school for 8 to 10 more years after that, man, hats off to you. I'm sorry, the hats off to you. That's excellence. And then you complete it and go on to be a lawyer, a doctor, or man.
We got millions of let me say a lot of people in excellence of arts, such as music, movies. You had a show, Comedian 96, where you spoke about these people who were authors and poets, Maya Angelou and James Baldwin. These people, they exceeded in the arts.
They did.
You know, so much that black people have exceeded. I think we've exceeded everywhere, to be honest. I don't think there's nowhere we can't put our mind to and overcome whatever that issue is that we can't get above. I think we can conquer it because we've shown.
Do we have a I think one thing we don't do. We have a Tesla type person, like what's it? Do we have somebody that's
You mean inventor?
like Tesla? Like what he's doing. Same thing with the guy from Tesla.
You got to understand, most of the things that have been created for everyday life has been invented by black people.
That's true.
I mean, you got to keep in mind, he may have invented Tesla, but he has people working for him. You have to think those people.
Yes.
And shout out to my homeboy Slink in Cali. He actually works for Tesla, and you have to think they've excelled to be able to program and get a car to do the things that Tesla does at this day and time. Mm-hmm. It's remarkable to me.
That's why I want to know about Slink and not what's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Whoever,
Is that Jeff
right?
Bezos?
Yeah.
No, Elon.
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
Elon. Yeah.
So I want to know about Slink. I know about Elon. I know he owns it. That's all I know. But
Right.
Is he doing the work that you're
Behind the scenes to keep it going?
Those are people that make that company excellent.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say I forgot what I was gonna say. Just go ahead, bro.
well, it's so many, black people that we can talk about in black excellence, man. And I think a day like today is a good day to recognize some of these people, because we never want to forget where we come from, some of the things that we were able to create, because in reality what that does for people that's listening is it helps give them inspiration,
right, motivation
on doing something, to the best of their ability.
I do remember now. I think one thing that we're excelling at now is entrepreneurship.
I agree.
You see a lot of businesses opening, black businesses opening up.
I agree with that.
We didn't have the opportunities, and I think we're taking advantage of it now more so than we did, 10, 20 years ago.
That is honest truth. Yes.
Well, that's why I say you see the difference from where slavery come from to where we are now. So, and really what I'm trying to say is we have to see that as saying, hey, we can't say that somebody's holding us back no more.
Yeah, you can't use
Let's
that
stop
excuse.
that. Let's start figuring out how we need to work together to get it, because it's not about them, it's about us. And if we keep saying them, we've already lost.
You already lost,
because they ain't holding us back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna be honest. So a lot of everybody, that did what they did, we all went through a lot of stuff. But guess what? Them people not holding you back. And when I say them people, I'm talking about another culture or race of people that are not black.
Yeah,
the opposite.
Yeah, this day and time, there's really no excuse. Like
it's not.
When we was growing up, the avenues was kind of, you had to kind of find your way.
Well,
now everything is open and given to you.
Yeah.
Because
so you say you broke now?
It's only been so long ago since they stopped segregation.
True that.
Just think about that amount of time and where we are now. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's fast paced, man, for a culture. Mm-hmm. We say what we don't have and what rights we don't have, but are we looking at the rights we do have?
We do have. Mm-hmm.
We got everything just like everybody else. We have to use our brain to figure out how we're going to keep it. Because if not, they're going to always take it from us.
Yep.
They took the land from the grandfathers and ancestors a long time ago, and they're going to do the same thing.
They about to take third ward.
They've been taking it.
It's on the way out. It's on the way, and they're on their way to fifth ward.
And if we don't keep our mind frame on our excellence and how we can be even better, we're going to lose everything. And I don't think it's worth losing our excellence to not pay attention to what's going on so that we can keep what we got and make it better.
Now, I believe the only reason why they haven't snatched their wall up wholly is because CUNY Homes is a trademark. If CUNY
some
Homes,
places they can't move.
Yeah,
you
historical landmark.
can't destroy the landmark.
Exactly.
So CUNY Homes is pretty big. So we're gonna stay
always
there.
have those people over there.
Yeah, they're gonna always have them people over there. So that's the only one. If it would have been CUNY Homes, I think we be done.
Yeah.
I think
Because you're basing the ball parts of TSU. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're saying that the CUNY Homes is not going anywhere because it's basically considered a historical landmark, right?
Yes, sir.
But the way our weather is nowadays, if it was to get destroyed through some weather-related occurrence.
So let me get a fun fact. They build the barracks. Those used to be military barracks. I don't know if you know. So
I mean, because look at Riverside Hospital, it's gone, and that's a historical landmark.
But they build those barracks specifically east-west, so if the hurricane comes in, they won't blow out the windows or destroy.
That was their design.
That was the design. That's what's so special about it. The design. Nothing will destroy it.
Well, that's where the motherfucker need to go when the hurricane comes.
That's the fun fact. That's the way they built it. That's why it's a landmark.
That's crazy. Flash, real quick. You were saying how, as a culture, we excelled rather fast because segregation, not too long ago was just done away with. But if we are excelling at a rather rapid pace, do you think 20 years from now we'll be even more?
I do, but there's going to be some challenges there also, because the challenge in that is going to be the younger generation. If they don't get on board with how we as adults now see things, we're going to lose and put ourselves a few steps back. It's going to slow down a little bit, because if you look at everything now, the way the younger generation is learning, they've taken out so much of our history to know where they come from what they learn in schools now. So they don't know half of where they come from in order to know that we had to have passion and consistency to get where we are. So they're not going to use passion and consistency.
Well, it's a lot of this younger generation that's actually becoming entrepreneurs.
It's true.
Yeah. The way that they're doing things is because their mindset is totally different from ours. Like I said, they're definitely taking advantage of the opportunities given to them versus making excuses like we may have done back in our day, because they have no reason to make an excuse now. So,
which is a good thing.
But here's the thing about that fast money. They say that fast money brings slow problems, right? What's going to happen? A lot of people are YouTubing or OnlyFanning it or something of that nature, and they're saying bypassing education. What they're not thinking about, you good now, but shoot out 10 years from now, and with Elon Musk trying to take over Twitter and probably Facebook later and so on and so forth, it may get to the point where Elon probably getting half your money, where you ain't gonna be making no money. So 10 years down the line, you decided to YouTube. So your first 10 years was good for you. Now you 30. Now what you was doing and got shut down. Now you got to go to school, but you're 30. So now you starting life all over. So I think a lot of these people that are making this fast money, it's gonna catch up to them. Fast money brings slow problems. It's good now.
Well, in a sense, probably, know, and I guess it just depends on if it's a crime what they do.
No, the YouTube money. YouTube, they paying the YouTubers for their money. You do your video.
That's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
So I don't think that's going to stop anything. I think that's going to get better in a sense.
I think that's what I'm saying.
Purposes is how they would get in trouble.
I disagree. I think this is fool's gold. The YouTube stuff is fool's gold. I don't think it's going to last. This is my honest opinion. Don't get me wrong, you'll be able to post, but you're not finna make as much money as you was making. You're gonna probably do good next 4-5 years, but I promise you, they're gonna make some changes where you're gonna have to meet too many criteria to get this bread. Because if that's the case, then everybody in the world could just do something, throw something on there and get that money.
First, what I don't want to do is change what we're talking about. On the subject,
black
because that has nothing to do with
this.
The black people. No,
I know.
I'm saying because we don't control those money directions or however.
Yeah.
But black excellence, what we can control, and the stuff that we have done, have been proven to be the best that can ever do it. Which is why the people come and get us when it's time to do those types of jobs.
Yep.
The football players, the basketball players. You want championship people, you go and get black people. You want great music, you go and get black people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In a sense to where we are the number one sought out person or sought out culture for anything in the world. Maybe not president. We wasn't heavy sought out for that. We just made it there, which shows a good sign in how fast and vastly we're moving.
My only concern, man, and I use only loosely, is that as a culture, I think that we're going to always be a little bit behind reaching our potential as a culture.
I agree.
Let me elaborate. So, every generation has said in some way, shape, or form what we're saying today.
Right.
We need to do this. We need to make sure we do this. And then we've even talked about in other previous shows how the generation today, you know, yeah, they making money, but some of them still kind of wilding, and those are our kids now, and all of that stuff. So I think that we're so creative and powerful as a culture, but at some point we got to realize that really together we're stronger. And as a culture, and I think that we're going to always be, well, I don't think I'm going to see it in my lifetime, to where finally, as a culture, the black community has built a chocolate town like Chinatown. Like Black Wall Street, you know. And so finally, as a culture, we've done it. We got our stuff together. I just feel like we're gonna always be behind on reaching our potential as a culture.
That could possibly be because of some of the knowledge. You know, we mostly the last ones to get the knowledge.
Yeah, but see,
certain stuff.
When you say that, and I get it,
that's
but
more self-inflicted.
when you say that kind of contradicts having the opportunity to go to school,
right? Or learning or reading.
Yeah, because these opportunities are here.
Right.
It's just a matter of us taking advantage
of it,
and we're not taking advantage, which hinder us from reaching our full potential as a culture.
Yeah, exactly. Full potential. Yeah. Look, speaking of black excellence, remember I've always said this. Just imagine us blacks, Crips and Bloods and all that, or whatever gangs are out there, BDs, Vice Lords, all black, and they decide to not do violence anymore and to do good for the community.
Yeah.
How much excellent would we be if they say, you know what, we finna go out here and help medical, we finna go build houses for the homeless, and they just did positive.
Yeah.
Man, that's
it would work, and I think we just have to all be on the same wavelength when it comes to that, which
that's the black
getting that amount of people on the same page is the hardest thing to do. We know it's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and there's still a few people who don't know where they come from in order to know what to, you know, I guess grab onto or fluctuate towards, because you got to know who you are to know what interests you and where you fit in this whole little program of everybody working together and making some money. And I just say, you know, as the black culture, if we put more time in together and learn each other rather than, you know, hate each other or whatever, you know, we go through, I think it'll take us to a much better place. And I think a lot of y'all would agree. And that brings me to my black fact. And my black fact that you can't take back is Barack Obama, the 45th president of the United States, is our black fact that you can't take back. Made it to the presidential state that I don't think that another black man will make it to for a possibility of time. So he was the first, you know, again, black excellence at its best. So shout out Barack Obama. You did your thing. Black fact you can't take back. So that's going to do it for this episode of Black Friday. Hit that like button and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. On Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. Check us out on Monday for Music Mondays. See y'all then.